All right, how can you improve as an affiliate marketer? And what can you do today that can give you some better or improve your results? And as I've mentioned over and over, your program or your product is not going to sell itself, regardless of what you are told or what you think. And I'm not saying this to be rough on you, I'm just trying to tell you how it is. Because I do know there are a lot of people out there that think they can run an online business without being actively involved. And you will hear me say over and over, affiliate marketing needs to be approached with a business owner's type of mindset, not a hobby mindset. And I realize that the message being often promoted is that you can do this with very little effort on your part and bring in $10,000 a month. And I have an interesting story that I wanted to share with you. Just the other day, I was in this casual conversation with another marketer, and I know it was getting to the point where he was trying to sell me something, and just do not know what it was, and I'm sure it was some type of do-it-yourself type of product. But anyway, this person just kept talking to me about 10K per month. And my main reason for engaging with this person was he was a ClickFunnels award winner, and I was really curious to see how he got to where he was and what his approach or his process was on generating income. So I'm waiting to see how the conversation was going to develop. And I know the sales process very well. I pride myself on teaching it, and I'm always analyzing how people go about incorporating into their business. So as this thing is going on, none of the basic relationship building criteria even entered this person's mind. And as I said, I still do not know today what the product was and whether I even had a need for it. And I'm sharing you the story because there are so many people trying to make it online that do not understand the psychology of how people purchase things. And if you go through your social media content, right, you will see all types of financial claims being made. And I would say for the most part, a lot of those people have zero results themselves. And they're leading with these financial claims because this is what they are told. And like anything, if you hear the message long enough, you're going to tend to believe it is true. So what I want to do is let's get back to what we're doing, right? You can see this type of message is commonplace, but the mentality of that message couldn't be the furthest from the truth. If you want to be successful as a marketer, you need to understand your sales process, and you also have to become or understand that you are only as good as your weakest link. So, what are the steps that I can take to help myself out? Well, one, write down each step of your sales process. There's no right or wrong here, but write each step down. Two, after each step, grade yourself. If you're stuck, ask somebody. Reach out to your mentor. Reach out to a fellow marketer and ask yourself, how well do I perform this particular task? Do I even do it? Do I dislike this step but love another step? There's no right or wrong here, and it doesn't matter. The thing that matters is you are taking some action. Three, after writing these answers to these steps, go through each one, ask yourself the following question. What one skill on my list, if I worked on this for a solid month, would have the biggest impact on growing my business? And let's, as an example, right? You could be great at making initial connections or building rapport with people, but you do a lousy job on the follow-up. Or it could be where someone tells you no, right? You take no to mean no and you never speak to them again. Well, that means you really don't understand the sales process. No doesn't mean no today. It just means maybe in the future you have to get back to them. So start with these three steps. And as I said, reach out to people for feedback. Do not feel stupid. As I can say, there are thousands of people out there wishing, hoping, even praying for success, but don't take the steps that are necessary to make this dream become a reality. Look, at every success story started with someone who started out at the bottom. Everyone who's doing well today once was doing it poorly. It just comes down to how well you want to improve. So, as I said, follow the steps and just think, if you focus on these for 28 days, this sort of conscious exercise that you're doing will turn into a habit. And if you go to another video I produced, it was called Commit to Excellence. It goes into it. And I just said, with each new positive habit, if you just did one a month, imagine where you would be at the end of the year. So this is not going to be the last time I will ever say this, but you have to put the work in. And what kills me is me coming in, and on a daily basis, I talk to all kinds of people who want the trappings, they want the trappings of success as long as it doesn't interfere with what they are currently doing. And I will, what it is I'll send out some information, complimentary training. I will go back to them or follow up with them the next day or a few days later. And it is unbelievable to me how many of them haven't even opened the attachment, or some don't even respond back. So if you want to become successful as an affiliate marketer, you have to make that decision of being willing to learn and develop new skill sets. You have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. So I'm going to leave it here. So remember, practice with consistency. Consistency builds confidence.